Welcome to Wall Street Confidential, the show we give you the inside story as to what's really happening on Wall Street. I'm Greg Greenberg, and we got our starting lineup back. Here's Jim Cramer. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you, Greg.
All right, we got a rough housing number this morning. What should we make of it?
All right, there's a lot of talk about that the economy's accelerating, and then there's a lot of talk that the economy's decelerating. There's a lot of talk of inflation, and there's a lot of talk of deflation. Right now, I think the bears are coloring things. And again, I want to be a little more distinct when I say the bears are coloring things. There is an essence of the market which just says you need to press your bet if you feel like the things are falling apart. Now, we've had a very big run. We were up the most in a long time last week. So we're overbought. So a pressing does work. Again, a pressing means if you're short, you just put more short out. It's what you do. Now, the thesis here that's developing is stagflation, that we have a bad inflation problem and we have bad earnings coming. And that is always worth a quick slicing of a percentage or two of the market.
Well, the thing is, the Fed seemed a little bit hawkish. They're still mulling over the statement now.
Okay,
which seems odd to me a week after.
Definitively, that's wrong.
Okay.
Definitively, your statement is just wrong.
Okay.
There was a firming statement that was there was a statement that was taken out, and the statement was that they were more worried about the possibility of a firming in price, firming in business outlook. Remember, there's two components of what the Fed is looking at. They're worried about price inflation, okay, and some of that's mandated. I mean, we have ethanol mandated by the president. That's going to move the complex up of grain. Some of it is commodity related, which is really much more China than us. So we're out of the loop in those. And a lot of it is housing and autos, which are going down. So I'm not as worried about inflation. Inflation should peak year over year in May. I think the other thing that really mattered was that the Fed is concerned about what the FedExes were saying last week. The Fed is concerned about what's going on in the housing market, and that's why the statement changed. There was a coloration that this was hawkish. I, again, feel that that's not empirical. I feel like that the market has had a very big run, and it's time for people to either try to knock it down or to sell it off. My idea of trying to knock it down, again, I want to make myself very clear. This is a time-honored way for another component of the market, of the hedge funds, to be able to kind of change the coloration. And I'm trying to say that on Wall Street Confidential because it's really the best way to try to portray what's happening.
Okay, so if you are a home gamer and you think folks are out there trying to knock the market down, what should you be doing? Sidelines or selling and come back later?
I think you should sell. I think that we've just had a miraculous run. I wrote a piece on Friday for realmoney.com, and it was, now is the time to be negative. Not down 500 points. Now is the time to take things off the table. Some of the stocks that you may have owned, you got very lucky on. Sell them. Lock in some gains. I am a believer of buying weakness and selling strength. Now, because we're down a little bit today doesn't mean we still don't have a lot of strength. The market is incredibly overbought from last week's action, and we have price action that is up gigantically. Take something off the table.
All right, there you have it. Now is the time to be negative. That's Jim Cramer. I'm Greg Greenberg. That's Wall Street Confidential. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Jim.